Welcome to another diary flip through, a closer look at the 2025 Witch's Diary. This one is particularly for the Southern Hemisphere, but this one is also available for the Northern Hemisphere as well. And it's by Flavia Kate Peters and Barbara Meiklejohn Free. Of course, it has already captured my heart by the fact that it has a purple cover. Really beautiful, quite shiny, lovely cover on this one this year. Every year it comes out in a different colour. It is a nice size book, as in I prefer my diaries not too oversized, which I do find this one is. It's still a nice thickness. And let's have a quick squeezy in this one. So it's always filled with lots of lovely images, although there is the odd dark image that I don't necessarily love myself, but it mostly has just a lot of magical, really lovely, really pretty type imagery and borders that is dotted all the way through this diary. The girls do cover some of your basics for witches, so that you've got a bit of a reference at the beginning. So we've got like lunar and solar eclipses, when the full moons are, the wheel of the year. So for those of us that follow the Sabbats, it has those listed at the very front. Planting and harvesting days, so when's good to do your actual gardening, and planet rulers and signs, goddess and moon phases, magical weekdays, so looking at the energy of each of the weekdays, magical moon times to cast spells and colour meanings, directions and elements, some of the trees of power, and a little tree incantation. And then it gets into the actual diary itself. So you've got lots you can refer to at the very front for all of your witchy goodness. So each month they go a little bit into about that month itself. So for us here in the Southern Hemisphere, they're talking a bit about how we're in summer and those sorts of things. They list off goddess energy that is good to work with, and there's a New Year spell there. So all the way through this diary, you not only have your diary aspect to it, which once again, it isn't a very big aspect to being able to scribble down lots of appointments, but there is enough there to cover off the essential stuff. But there's lots of witchy tips and witchy wisdom and incantations and little spells and things that are dotted throughout the whole of this diary, which is really wonderful. The whole inside is black and white, and it covers off on the Sabbats as well, so it's got suggestions and ideas around each one of those Sabbats of prayers you can use, little things that you could do, little spells that you could do. You can see lots of witchy wisdom, and our week to a page that goes all the way through there as well. So it carries on just the same manner all the way through. Sometimes you've got a few pages of witchy wisdom in there in amongst your different weeks. And then there's also, so on your diary side of things, they do list the full moons and your new moons. They do list your Sabbats, and then there's also some added dates like Gerald Gardner, his birthday, things like that get kind of dotted through as like kind of dates of interest, burning times, dates, things like that kind of get dotted through the diary as well. There is no astrology aspect to the full moon and new moon in this one. So if you like that, this may not be the diary for you. But lots of other good aspects to it for sure. So that is essentially our 2025 Witch's Diary. As you can see, a really pretty diary. Lots of inspiration for a witch, whether you are new to the craft or not. This is a fabulous diary. The spells and inspiration that's included, it's not out of reach to the beginner for sure. There's lots there to get a beginner really inspired and regularly delving into their craft, and equally there's lots there for anyone that's been walking this path for a long time that will inspire you. Maybe you would weave some of these things into some of your own rituals that you've already got established as well. So plenty to inspire you in the Witch's Diary for sure. Mystical Dragon stocks the Witch's Diary both in our e-store and also in our physical store. You can pick it up either or. I would also love to hear what you think of the Witch's Diary. Have you used one before? What did you think of it? Was there anything you found that you really loved about it, or that was a little bit, maybe didn't quite hit the mark for you? I would love to hear in the comments. Please do share below. And I look forward to reading your comments and catching up in the next flick through.